In this video, I'll be showing you 10 fabric mods that are both for quality of life and performance. This is a part 3. I recommend you check out part 1 and 2 because there are some mods that you might think I'm missing that are in those. Anyways, let's get into it. Before we get into any of these, there's two things you're going to want to have installed. Number 1, mod menu, and number 2, sodium. I'll leave links to both of those in the description, as well as the 10 other mods that I'll be showing. Sodium's an FPS booster. Mod menu lets you configure some of these because several of these require you to configure them in the mod menu rather than just using keybinds. Anyways, now the first mod is called Better F3. Basically, everyone knows you hit F3, you can see your frames, you can see how many entities are being rendered near you, you can see just like a ton of helpful things. But unfortunately, it's kind of a lot to take in at once, especially if you're new, because there's just like a ton of white texts all over your screen that are really hard to understand. So this mod fixes that by not only having a little smooth entrance, but it color categorizes it. I think it gets rid of some things that you don't need to see at all. It just makes it look altogether more pleasing to the eye. I believe it shows some other things as well that it doesn't normally show. Also ignore my frames, I'm kind of lagging a bit. But yeah, that's basically all that does. The next mod is called Better Sodium Video Settings, or BSVS for short. Basically what this does is, so normally when you're playing with sodium, it makes your video settings thing look like this. And what this mod does is make the video settings go back to the original classic one. Now, most of you will be used to having either Optifine or the sodium one on, so this might not be a good thing, but honestly, I kind of prefer this because it has my custom texture, so like when I hover over it's blue. By the way, this pack is in my Discord, which the link will be in the description. But I kind of prefer this, honestly, and in the future, I'm going to continue using this. You can down here click sodium video settings, and then go to those, but you have the option of staying in this classic one, which is very nice. Now, as you might be able to tell, I can kind of see very far, and those graphics look absolutely crappy. This mod is called Distant Horizons. Basically, what this does is clear all the fog everywhere. So normally when you first come into the end, if you haven't beaten the dragon yet, it's going to be very difficult to see because the fog is going to cover everywhere. But this mod will fix that. Ignore that. And I can literally see anything. There's a way to turn your render distance past the normal limit. You'd go into here and somewhere in here. I can't figure that out, but you can make it so that you can see up to 128 chunks. So you could be on this island and see the faraway islands, which would make finding end cities a lot easier. Let me just slash kill so I go back to the overworld. Now, if I put on all this armor and get my sword and hit the keybind, you'll notice a little armor durability thing over there shows up. Basically, when you take damage by something, so let's say a zombie, if this hits me, hello, hit me, there we go, it'll go down and go to a negative. Let me just kill him real quick. Oh great, there's more. Alright, you know what, I'm going into creative. Haha, loser. Anyways, as you saw, it goes down to the negatives. If you would like to change where it's positioned, you can go mods, go to the Giselbaer's durability viewer, hit configure, and then you can change where it goes. So if we wanted it to be bottom left, we can make it go there. If we wanted it over the hotbar, I don't think it's showing it. Oh, there it goes. I didn't have boots on. Anyways, it shows it like that, which is also very nice. And as you can see in the bottom left, the items in my inventory and the sword are there, and if I move my sword, it makes that go away. You can make it percentages, you can make a noise that makes it go when it's below a certain durability or percent, you can show everything. Basically, you can just configure everything. Okay, so the 26 was how many free inventory slots I have, not how many things I have in my inventory, so that's good to know. Hey, get out of the way, you're in my shop. Anyways, this next mod is called Easier Villager Trading. Basically what this does is if you're going to trade, you can simply click on it and it'll do the trade automatically. If you hold shift click, it'll do the trade as many times as it can. This saves you having to click it and then go over here and click this as well. So if you're trying to speed things up a bit, this is very, very, very useful. He has this, we just click, 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 boom. Instant easy trading. Seriously though, I really wish I had used this when I was making my villager haul on Giselbaer. You can go check out those videos, by the way, because that would have saved me so much time, especially this season. This season I've spent more time focusing on villagers and stuff, and it would have been very nice to know that this mod existed back then. Okay, this next mod is called Better Eating Animations, or just Eating Animations, one of the two. Anyways, what this does is it makes it so when you need to eat, let me take some damage real quick. There we go. Basically, when you go to eat, it slowly goes down. Hey, go away, no. It slowly goes, the texture slowly will go down. It'll like, I don't know how to describe it. You're eating it. So logically, it's slowly going to remove bit by bit. So something I noticed while using this, while just playing PvP, oh, just beat a spider to death. Ignore the strawberries, that is part of Dry's pack. Actually, that's a good example. Basically, when you eat a texture, it turns into the default texture, which is kind of annoying, but there's really no fix for it. So we take my golden apple texture, we eat this, it's going to turn into a golden apple, which it's really cool how it shows the seeds and stuff, but I wish it could do it for my texture. The issue with that, hello Enderman, would be if I had this as like a block or something, they couldn't have it be the apple kind of thing, so it'd just be too much coding, it wouldn't work very well. But I still really like this mod. It's very cool for the default textures. And if you don't use texture packs, then this is good for you. Oh look, Rune Portal. The next mod, as you may have seen up top left, we have the FPS counter. It's basically counting how much FPS I have, which stands for frames per second if you don't know what that means. It's not a necessity to have, but it's really nice to know when I'm recording and I have low FPS. So I use that. This mod, it's called FPS Monitor, but if you hit the keybinds for it, oop, that toggles them all. It can show how many gigabytes of RAM you're using. Well, it shows megabytes, but just divide that by 1,000, you'll have the gigabytes. So out of the 4 gigabytes of RAM I have allocated to Minecraft, it's kind of hovering around 1 gigabyte, although it'll go down to 7/10 as well. You can also show the ping you have and your FPS, and it's more than just the default one that you get on Lunar, because that one you don't get to change the colors like this, I don't think, unless I'm stupid. Yeah, it looks really nice. It's honestly the best one I've seen so far. You can toggle specific ones with the keybinds and they'll automatically move up. You don't need to specifically reposition them, which is very nice. And I just can't get over the colors. It's top left. Usually I prefer to have them top right, but there's no way to configure the location. So if you're using this, just get used to it being top left. Okay, this next mod is considered by some to be cheating. Keyword some. This is often a feature on hacked clients. I don't recommend using it, but it can be really helpful as a YouTuber to get cinematic shots while not using replay mod. Like, as you can see, I have replay mod here, but I'm not using it. This is a way to get it in-game. So you hit the keybind. I prefer to set it as U, and you can basically just go into spectator mode. Yeah, kind of cheating, honestly, because you can use this to find bases too. So that's a big part of it. Like down here, I find a mine shaft. I could go around here, probably find a spawner, and then make a base down here, or like an actual spawner down here. You can't open chest loot, and if you hit the keybind again, you'll go straight back. If you take damage, you'll go out of it. So if I were to let me spawn a spider, and then be over here. Now if I hit the keybind, I'll go out of it, and as you can see, as that hits me, I automatically go back. So that's very helpful because that way you don't die to like zombies or something embarrassing. I believe you still hear sounds, and your motions will still be the same. So as you can see here, I can still swap back and forth between my stuff, and if I were to drop it, it'll drop here, not wherever I am. So if I drop these, it's not dropping over here, it's dropping right here. You can't walk or anything in this mode, so you can't exactly be hundreds of blocks away and like actually doing stuff, but it's a really useful feature. You can also turn down, if you go into mods and you go to Freecam, you can turn down the settings. So if I make that this speed, this will be the same speed as creative. I don't think I did much there, but anyways, just know you can configure it, which makes cinematic shots a lot better. Replay mod is honestly probably better, but this is more, I guess, unique. Again, I don't recommend using this. One good way to use it. Oh my gosh, how close are those spawners? Wait a second. Hold up. Spider spawner and skeleton spawner, I believe. Yeah, those are very close. That's actually pretty crazy. But if you were to use this on like Hypixel or something, you definitely will get banned. This next mod is really broken. It's called Viafabric. Basically what this does is, so for example, I'm on 1.19. I can join any server below that except 1.8.9 servers. So if we go to MineMen right here, I cannot join this because despite me having Viafabric 1.19, it just doesn't work like that. But if there were a 1.18.2 server that I would like to join, I could join that. I don't have any here right now because PvP Legacy, I used to use this back when PvP Legacy was only for 1.18.2 and 1.19 was rather new, but I guess you're just gonna have to take my word for it. This next mod, you've seen me use this whole video and haven't even realized it. Yeah, we're just gonna let that happen. This mod is called the WI Zoom mod. So you can zoom, and if you use the scroll wheel, you can scroll forward to go zoom in further, or out to zoom out further to the extent where you're not even zooming. I don't really know why you'd want to do that, but yeah, it's an option. So this zoom is one of the best ones I've found, other than the built-in one that's on Lunar client. It lets you move like this without having the very annoying Optifine thing, and it's not crazy fast like Lunar's is. This mod is actually from Worst Client, which is a hacked client. Again, yeah, not really the kind of thing you want to go around using, but it just is the individual zoom feature, so it's okay on its own. Zooming isn't very essential, but if you're a YouTuber and you like just going like this to put an emphasis on stuff, like I do all the time. Oh, hello there. Then it's kind of an essential. And again, Lunar Client has the vast majority of these things. Plain Optifine, you're not going to have like any of these features. You get Lunar, you're going to have most of these features, but if you want to be able to have some extra special features that Lunar doesn't have, then Fabric's for you. Yeah, that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed, please make sure to like and subscribe. This took a long time to record, and I might do a part 4. Also, sorry for the upload being a little late and out of schedule. Oh wow, first try, what is that? Anyways, also I'm kind of sick right now and I still recorded this just because it's been a while since I've uploaded. But I'm planning to, instead of just uploading every other week and sometimes having very low effort videos, I'm going to try and do something more interesting. So like what I'm planning on the Master Jai SMP right now. I've been recording clips from that for weeks. And when I have enough clips, I'll make like an actual decent video that's not just rambling on while running around PvP Legacy. Yeah, anyways, see ya.